Liz Lombardowski, founder at $1 Million Party Girl, with a brand new episode of Social Girl Live. And today we're talking about mega parties. Have you tried one yet? Now, I used to do these, we'll say back in the day, not just on Facebook, but for those of you that have been around in the direct selling industry, celebrating 30 years myself personally this year, we used to do these all the time. In fact, when we kind of moved into what I'll call experience marketing about 10 years ago, when it was all about the experience of the party, we actually booked a room at a local Mexican restaurant, a standing kind of mega party every Monday night. We called it Ritas and Fajitas, and we would hold 5 to 10 parties at one time. Now, of course, that was in person in a restaurant. So fun, right? Talk about the host doesn't even have to clean. And we packed a house. But now it's all about the virtual party. And I'm interviewing one of my Facebook Party Pro graduates today who is really tapping into mega parties to grow her team. I'm talking almost double growth this year over last year. And she's going to share how she has implemented my formula to really help her team grow and grow quickly by holding multiple parties in one night. So we're going to bring her in right now. And for those of you that have a team and you really want to help them tap into the mega party phenom, make sure you guys are, you could pop this over to your team group if you want them to tune in. Or if you're watching on the replay, have a watch party with this video. That would be so much fun. All right, so here she comes. Let's make sure her microphone is on. And of course, make sure you guys introduce yourself in the comments. Let us know what company you're with. We want to see who is representing here tonight and tuning in. All right. Hey, Pam, how are you?
Hi, Lynn. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I am excited too. I feel like we've been, we've had so much conversations in Facebook Messenger, of course.
For years.
Every time after Pam took my course, she would, constantly reach out to me and be like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. I got all these bookings and I'm recruiting. I think you said you have recruited 36 so far this year, correct?
Yeah. And it's all on Facebook, through Facebook.
All through Facebook. And honestly, I just love it. For those of you that are following my formula, keep the messages coming because it literally makes my day. I love it. And so Pam has been consistently reaching out to tell me what's been happening. And in April, she told me about her mega party. 10 recruits, 8 bookings, plus 5 grand openings.
5 grand openings we did at one time.
And so much more that you're still trying to figure out because they were all in holding their own parties, right?
Right, at the same time. So you asked me what my numbers were, and I'm like, I don't know all the numbers. I can just tell you that our April and May amounts went crazy compared to last year.
Well,
in sales, unreal.
I'm going to challenge you to find that number out.
I know you will, because that's one of my tips. Know your numbers. I always tell everybody, know your numbers.
Yes, I drive that message home too. And that could be a quick little Google form follow-up to those people that participated and have them send that information in. So you really want to be tracking this. But, the number that counts for Pam, and again, Pam Durocher.
Durocher, yeah.
Durocher. Tupperware Star Director, by the way, and has grown her team so much. I think you said you now have 5 directors on your team.
Yes, we do. We have 5 and 4 just since May alone. Like,
what?
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. I'm loving this ride.
You are on the roller coaster, and We love it. We love to hear that. That's why I'm, sharing these messages, because for all the doom and gloom out there, we've got a lot of success in our industry, and it's important for you guys to know not only about these stories, but how they're making it happen. And I'm going to be asking Pam all the questions, you guys. And I mentioned I want to share the number that counts. So for all of last year, for 2019, Pam told me her total downline sales were, I think you said like 464,000,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
This year to date, 750,000 and growing. So
and it was only July. It's only July.
It's only right. Oh my gosh. You're going to have more than double.
My goal was $1 million. So that's my first goal.
That is like, mic drop. I mean, pretty much with the fall holiday season, and this is what I would tell my team, is you can expect to double what you've done. If you have a strategy and a formula, you can expect to double. And so Pam's doing a great job of taking what she learned from me and now rinsing and repeating it. And that's what, as leaders, right, be that mentor, be the role model for other people to follow. So first, a little bit about Pam and I, for those of you that are new and watching my show for the first time. In fact, I would love to know, let me know if you are a, regular to my Social Girl Live show. This is where we help you turn your post into profits. That's my tagline. Or are you watching for the first time and you're wondering, why the heck is this girl wearing a pink wig? So I have been going through chemo this summer. I call it my healthy journey. And I've got 2 treatments left. In fact, tomorrow, Wednesday, for those of you might be watching on the replay, who knows when, I might be done by the time you watch it. Tomorrow will be my 5th treatment. So I am bald underneath this wig, and I'm just embracing it and having fun with it. And as you can see, one of my brand colors of $1 Million Party Girl is pink. The other color is green. So why not? When else will I be able to wear a pink wig and get away with it, right? So
exactly.
That's the backstory. Pam is also going through her own healthy journey. And healthy journey. We don't use bad words. Okay. And so Pam, tell them a little bit about that, because you first purchased my course in 2018 and really had to kind of put it on the back burner.
I did. So I think it was April of 2018, I bought your course and then did a little bit. So I did do my very first Facebook, was in April of that year, and I had like 45 in attendance. I think I had 4 parties booked. I actually recruited from that party. There was only 2,000 over sales, and that was a lot, like from going from nothing to everything. And then
was that your first Facebook party?
Yeah, that was my first one, following your formula. And then I did a few more in between there. And then I ended up myself getting diagnosed with a rare blood cancer. So I had to put it on the back burner. I did a little bit, grew my team a little bit with the help of some of you and Lori's training. Ended up getting back up to director because I had fallen. Again, then I ended up in treatment February of this year. So I'm in the middle of treatment myself. So it's crazy to think that I'm in the middle of one of the biggest sales in like 6-7 months. It's crazy. It gives me the positivity to keep fighting every day, to watch all these ladies succeed. And I have some men too on our team now. It's so rewarding. It makes me cry when I talk to them because I get so excited for them.
Well, your story is so
confidence. Yeah. Right? It's the confidence that Facebook has given so many people.
That's so true. And, we're kind of co-warriors here. Mm-hmm. My treatment has made my hair fall out. Your treatment has made your hair grow.
See? Beautiful. Beautiful.
Pam and I were comparing eyebrows before I started. I'm like, I've colored these in. These are not even real. Like, I got nothing. And she's like, look how thick my eyebrows are. So, so we are co-warriors, but you're so inspiring because, you thought that you would really have to take a back seat and slow your business down.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine in a million years you'd be going through this healthy journey and kicking butt?
No, I was literally getting the treatment in the IV, and I was placing orders from the hospital. And I remember my husband saying, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I can't stop. I gotta keep helping these girls. I gotta keep doing this." So that's what I kept doing it. I didn't give up, and I think I've messaged you a few times. Okay, I need some mojo. And I say to everybody, just go back. If you need mojo, go watch somebody who inspires you, and it gives you the mojo.
Yeah.
That's huge, important.
It's so true. Sometimes we got to get out of our own head and our own bubble and, find those people, tap in, that's part of your network, your tribe. There's so much out there that you can tap into. Find the person that you connect with, right? It doesn't have to be me. It might be somebody else. So find your people.
Find your people. It does definitely helps in this situation. That's for sure.
Well, I'm so proud of you. And like I said, I love getting your messages. You're in my prayers every night.
I think it's important, though, to share your success with the people who helped you get there.
Yes.
Right? So it's so important.
And I'm sure your team, like, no excuses, right? Like, they're not going to give you excuses. They know what you're going through. Like, what could they possibly say?
They've been awesome. They're awesome.
So let's talk mega parties, because you really have exploded since all of this hit, where some people are really struggling. You're like full steam ahead. You had one in April. And so tell us a little bit about how you've implemented my formula and are holding multiple parties in one night to generate just a ton of bookings, recruits, sales. How are you making it all happen?
So I think the biggest thing to know is there were so many people that only did home parties, right?
Oh.
They didn't know. A lot of them didn't have Facebook groups. They didn't have VIP groups. They didn't have business pages. So we actually had to teach them right from the basics. The easiest way to show them is how to do the basics is to show them, is to make them a part of the experience to do it. So that's where the idea of the mega party came from. I had started one just within my team where I invited all the people from my team, and we had some new members who I couldn't go to their house. Other people couldn't go to their houses to help. We thought, well, how can we get into all your houses with all your friends and introduce and start your business? So that's where the idea originally came from, is I needed to be able to quickly teach 200 people how to do a party without me having to go to everybody's house. And so then we decided, well, let's just turn this into your go party. So instead of me having to do 10 go parties, we just did a mega party. So I follow the same 10-step formula that you taught me. One of the things is I always do a personal invitation, because that's what you taught me. And I do it on Canva because that's what she taught me. So I always teach them exactly what I would do so they can actually duplicate it and make it as simple as they can so that it's really duplicatable, even for somebody who's never even had a Facebook account and who had to open it up. So that's where the whole premise of the mega party definitely came in. So I make the invitation, I shared it with my whole team, send this out, and then that's when I created the event. Basically, all the posts as I would do them. I always go live for the welcome. Like I invite everybody and I do the welcome with me. And I always have a rah-rah with me. It's like right over here, but that's how everybody knows me. I actually have rah-rahs. So I always use my rah-rah, introduce myself, introduce what this is about. And when it's a mega party, I will say, this is a lot of our team's brand new, let's get their business started. So I tell them right off the bat. Really important to do is to have your guests tag you in posts.
Yes.
So you taught me this as well. I'm going to say you taught me a lot because you did.
You're a good student. You're a very good student.
You should see I have notebooks full. But it's really important so that they don't feel like you're taking the sales or taking the recruits from them, because it was hard for people to understand, well, how am I going to get the sales and the people if it's your party? Well, no, it's not your party. So you have to really make sure they understand the premise of why you're having it, and to make sure that those people are tagging whoever invited them.
Yeah.
So it's not my responsibility to go and make sure everybody's checked in or send that personal message follow up. So that was a really big, important step. You have to make sure your consultants are aware. I'm not taking your sales. I'm trying to help you grow. Have your people tag you. Because one of them, we had like over 230 people like on the live. So it's, you know, you need somebody to be watching all of that for you.
Yes. So we're going to break down because you just dropped a ton of great stuff there.
I get too excited.
It's all good. So personal invitations. Now, is this happening? Because this is the biggest question I get. Do you party in a group or an event? Where's your party hub?
So my personal parties, I do in events, and the mega party I do in events as well. On our big organization page, we've done some in there. The only time I'll ever do a group party is if it's for somebody this is their go party and I'm only doing theirs, because then they take that group and they just run with it and make it their VIP page or something like that.
Yeah.
But for me, I've always done them in events. It's easy to find. It's duplicatable. I can pull up things from, 2 years ago and I can reuse them and repurpose them.
Yeah, I always love that feature in events, is that it's just a whole timeline of every single one of your events right there. And is this from your team page, does that mean you have a business page for your team?
I have a group within my team, but my big overall organization, like a business leader, we have a team page.
Okay. And that's where you're creating the event.
Yeah, we created the events in there too. Yeah.
Okay. Makes total sense.
We've done 4 now with different directors that I've taught. So it's nice that was one of the other tips too, is get yourself invited to these things.
Yeah.
Get yourself invited, because that's how you learn, is by watching other people.
Participate as a guest, right?
Yeah, as a guest.
Shop. If you're not a consultant with that company, make sure you shop. All right. So the personal invitation, which, whether it's a group or an event, don't use the built-in Facebook, just like add, invite. There's nothing more impersonal than that. You've got to make it personal. And that way, you know that they're inviting the right people to the event. When people tend to use the event or the group and they're just like typing in names to really add people, it really hurts the party, right? Because they might not know those people so well. So if you've got to invite them personally, you're going to know them well enough, right? So what kind of verbiage do you use? Do you give out a standard template of an invitation?
I have about 5 that I usually, just like you would at a home party, ask the host if they want a theme, because then you can base your invitation and the whole party premise on a theme. So the last few months, it's been meal prep for us. We're doing so much in meal prep, so I have a lot of meal prep Tupperware style. Like I try to make them catchy little names as well. And so I'll just make the invitation that I can repurpose a lot, and I can share it with my team and on Canva, and they just change the information. So
when you say meal prep, it sounds like you're focusing on the problem you solve.
You
right?
told me that too.
We talk a lot about like, why do they care? Don't call your Facebook party a Facebook party.
No.
Right? It should be about a problem you solve. So meal prep, so that also helps you attract the right people to the party, because they're coming to learn the meal prep tips. Mm-hmm. And because it's in an event on a business page, and remember, Pam is leading $1 million team. She has 5 directors as part of her team. And so a lot of leaders with downlines do have a Facebook business page for their organization. And so that's what we're talking about for those of you that's a new idea for you. Are you using the built-in scheduling tools on the event to schedule posts? What does that look like?
For me, I still do it the old-fashioned way in my events, where depends on what the host wanted. So then I'll just pick from it. In my groups, I definitely always schedule. But in the event, I'm still personalizing it a little bit more, like on the fly, especially if somebody's commented below. I always ask, what are you interested in? And so I basically fill in all the blanks with what people have asked, what we've talked about, because I try to interact. They message something, I always interact. I just pretend like I'm sitting in front of them on the couch. And if you think about it that way, it's a lot more easier to know what to post and what to say.
So it's more conversational, which is really how the algorithm works.
Yeah.
It's all about starting those conversations. So I know you use Facebook Live, which is also key. Going live creates that, again, that building the know, like, or trust factor. About how many days are you running your parties from start to finish?
So it's about 3 to 5 days. I usually do 2 days beforehand where I'll do my come on live and welcome, and then I'll do a couple of posts, a product feature for me. I do a recipe, a game sometimes, some of my tips and things that we have. And then I go live the night of the party. And then the next day, thank everybody, make sure I've answered all the questions, do any prize drawings, because then it gives time for everybody to have a chance to look through the catalog and the flyer. And it's a little bit different because they don't physically have it. They actually have to go and click links, or I use the Google form too. So it gives them time to figure out how to do Google Doc and all of that kind of stuff.
Excellent. I love it. So I do find that less is more. Parties are getting shorter and shorter. Because people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. You get them all excited. You want to make sure that, there's a quick call to action for there. I think you froze a little bit there, Pam. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's better. So if you guys have a question for Pam, make sure you ask it in the comments there. We'll try to get to as many as we can. We're actually live on YouTube as well. So hello to my YouTube followers. Make sure you guys are subscribing over on YouTube for those of you that prefer to watch on YouTube. We appreciate you as well. So for the live video, tell us how that has changed your results. Are you getting a lot of comments, a lot of viewers on those?
A lot more viewers, definitely, because you come live onto their newsfeed and they can see you more. Can you hear me? I feel like I'm frozen again.
I can see you and hear you.
I'm frozen on my end.
Try to refresh. Let's see if you can quick come back. And while Pam does that, I'll see if I can answer any questions here. Oh, Brittany's saying.
Sorry, I keep freezing.
Do you want to come back in?
Yeah, maybe if you come in and come out.
When in doubt, reboot. So just go ahead and X out, come back in, because we want to.
Yeah. Won't even let me X out.
I can kick you out.
Yeah, kick me out because I can't even kick myself out right now.
All right, I'm kicking you out. All right, so I see some questions here. We'll answer some of them for you while we wait for Pam to come back in. A lot of you guys are like, what? A team page? Yes, it's all about creating those lead funnels, and a business page is a very smart part of that funnel process. I had one too for my team. And it's where your team can go. Again, it's like a great resource because it's public, but you can also use it as a lead funnel for getting more, recruiting leads, booking parties, because you can create events like Pam's doing that are easy for people to share and come on in. And you can create all kinds of events. They just don't have to be parties or mega parties. They could be how-to tips. It could be opportunity events, or even an invitation to an opportunity event happening maybe in a private group. So, if you have a downline organization a team page is a good part of that funnel process for you. So for those of you that are leaders with a downline, let us know if you have a page for your team. I know quite a few people in my mentoring program that do. So let us know. We're waiting for Pam to come back in. So hopefully she does. It's live video. So you just never know what's going to happen with live video. So Liz is saying, are these public events? So that's a great question. Now, a business page is automatically public, okay? So your company might dictate how you can party online. Some companies say you can only do it in a group. So you're going to have to check your social media policy first. But that being said, it's not public like your personal Facebook profile is, where like all your friends and family can see it, because we know that a very small amount of your followers actually see the content on your business page, unless they're following your page and get notified, right? I'm talking maybe 4%, like super duper small amount. So yes, it's public, but does that mean all your friends see it? No. Unless people are following your business page or interacting with it, they're never even going to know about it. Might as well be in a secret room, quite frankly. So it's a little bit different than events that are public that you're creating on your personal profile. Julie's got a great question there, and hopefully Pam comes back in so we can have her answer that. I'm just going to check to see if she is messaging me. No, she's not. Okay. So hopefully we get her back in. I'll answer, of course, as many as I can here. Yeah. And so Madison's saying she's got a business page, a team page, and a VIP group. She's got them all, but getting anyone to interact is pulling teeth. So live video, like that is, you've got to do more live video and do it consistently, right? So I do this show every week. I make sure I have at least one live video happening on my page here. That's what really cranks up my interaction. If you just look at my page content, like this is a great example for you guys. And you can look to see what is working just by what I'm posting, right? Because I'm posting very intentionally. I know what's going to get interaction. I know what's not going to, just by, because of my social media expertise. So a motivational quote might get like 10 comments today. Whereas when I post personal photos, it might get twice that or 3 times that. Live video, way more, right? Typically my live videos end up getting about 1,000 to 5,000 views and can get hundreds of comments. So live video is really what works. And that's why Pam is having so much success, because she's using more live video and fewer posts. Pam, where are you? Let me message her and see if she can come back in. Hold on, everybody, just stay right there, because we've got some great questions that I want to see if she can come back. Can you come back? Oh, she's saying she can't seem to get back on. We don't know why. So I might have to have her come back, or I'll see if she can comment and answer your questions that you guys have posted there. All right. So we'll definitely make sure that we connect with everybody here that's been asking questions. Like Julie's asking, how is Pam organizing her graphics, right? We'll make sure we get those answers for you. And so here's what's coming up. Here's what you need to know. I have a free training coming up. Check the events. I'm doing it. I've created an event. So I do this kind of to model for you guys. On my business page, just tap the events tab, or it's also pinned to the top. So when this is done, go to Million Dollar Party Girl on Facebook. If you're watching this in the feed, tap my events tab in the left sidebar, or you'll see it pinned to the top. RSVP going, and make sure you're following my page. That way you'll get notifications. But I'm going to kind of model that very Facebook party style-ish. So, you know, and I do that just so I can keep testing different ways to party for you. But I'm going to be sharing 7 Facebook party hacks, and it's happening next Wednesday night. And that is August, I believe it's the 19th. Yes, it is, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys RSVP to that. That's a complimentary training. Your whole team is invited to that. And we'll also have a registration page so that you can make sure you don't miss it. I will actually email you the link to that live training so that you don't have to leave it up to fate, that you find it randomly on Facebook. All right. Yay, Julie's saying yay. All right. So sorry, Pam can't come back in. Again, live video. We just don't know, right? These things happen to me just like they happen to you. But I think the results speak for themselves. I promise I'll have Pam back on another time. If you haven't done a mega party yet, it's a great way for you to start with yourself. You know, why hold one party when you can hold 5 at one time? And if you're following my Facebook party formula, that's exactly what Pam did. She's just following the system, 10 parts, but doing it with more people. That is the only difference. But what happens when you have more people interacting and engaging with content? That helps your content to get seen, right? Because the algorithm, kind of the bells and whistles go off like, oh, more people are interacting. So it makes it so much more fun, and it builds in a little bit of that FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. When people see other people interacting, it's like, oh, I need to book a party too. They're booking parties. I need to learn more about this business. Look who's joining, right? So there is a little bit of strength in numbers, as long as you haven't just been adding people to these mega parties. You've got to make the personal invitations. That's really what changes the whole dynamic of who's actually going to the party. It helps you get the right people to the party so that you do have more interaction, more engagement, and ultimately more results. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. As I said, we'll have Pam back for more. I'll try to answer as many comments. Pam's actually watching now. Hey, Pam. Pam, just if you could start answering questions, we'll just do it. We'll make it work. That's what we do. And save the dates for Wednesday, August 19th. You're going to learn 7 Facebook party hacks. I'm actually going to be sharing some brand new things that have recently been launched that will help you get more interaction, more engagement, and ultimately more results when you party online. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.